Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa, and I am here with my layout share for the month of February, as well as showing you what I have left over from my How to Kill a Kit with Style for this month. And it's really funny, I created quite a few pages. Not everything was using my How to Kill a Kit with Style, but looking at what I have left, I don't even feel like I've used my kit, which is crazy. But I thought what I would do first is just go through all of the layouts that I created. And I do believe that all of these, except for one layout, there's a process video for all of them. So if you have questions or you want to see it in a little bit more detail, you can always check out my channel for each of the process videos. And I think it's just the last layout that I'm going to show that is not in a process video. So this first one, this was not using my How to Kill a Kit with Style. I created in January for a hop that started on February 1st, and it was Scrapbooking Disney. And I had created this Mickey head background with a stencil and some Distress Oxide ink. And I adore this layout. I absolutely love the Mickey head rainbow. That stencil is stunning. I want to use it again because it is beautiful, and I really love how this one turned out. So that is the first one. The next one I have, this one is using all of my How to Kill a Kit with Style. So everything on this was from my kit, and it is a picture of my son. And I think this went along with one of my series. I want to say this was sketch inspired. I think it was based off of a sketch. So I have this fun picture of my son, some stamping. I didn't get stamping on every layout, but a good majority of them have some sort of stamping. So I am still working through using my stamps. This one here, again, this was for, I think this was for a scrapbook or a Facebook challenge, I believe. And I think it was from the Hip Kit Club. It was a challenge from them, I think. So there is this one. Again, all of this was from my How to Kill a Kit with Style. So I'm not going to take a whole lot of time and go through every layout, but just a quick flip through because I don't want this video to be too long. Next one up, this is from the She's Crafty mini paper pad class, and obviously there was a sketch to go with this one. This was one that would have come out on a Sunday. I believe this was the very first one of the month for February, and so this was not using my How to Kill a Kit with Style because obviously I had picked these all these papers from 6x8 paper pads. So this was a fun one. This is using Vicki Boutin's collection. I want to say her first collection, I think, is what this is from. So just a fun one. Next one up, this is again using all items from my How to Kill a Kit with Style. And I think one of the reasons why I didn't use as much of, or doesn't feel like I've used as much of my kit as I thought I would, is because I still did not do a ton of backgrounds with pattern paper. This and the one I just showed with the wood grain pattern paper, and maybe one or two others had actually pattern paper as the backgrounds, and so I still am gravitating toward using more white cardstock. So I think that is why some of my pages, or I don't feel like I've used quite as much of my kit as I thought I might. But again, this is from my How to Kill a Kit with Style. Love the colors of this one. It is one of my favorites that I created this month, and this one was definitely cut file concentration because I have all these floral cut files that I backed and did some watercolor on some paper and then backed the cut files. Love how this one turned out. The colors just make me smile, and while I live in Florida, so we don't really technically have a winter, I think this feels like if you've been in winter, now you are dying to see like spring and like summer and get these, pastel-y colors going. I feel like this is like It reminds me of like spring and just happy. So love this one. Lots of clustering on this one. Lots of like building up lots of layers. So it's pretty weighty because of all the layers. Next one up, this was from the hop. It was the Valentine's Day hop called Love is in the Air, I believe is what it was called. And so I scrapbooked my husband, of course. I created this background, but then all of the embellishments and everything else that I put on this layout all came from my How to Kill a Kit with Style. So even though I didn't use any, or I didn't use a lot of pattern papers from my kit, I used quite a bit of embellishment. So again, making use of my kit. Lots of stamping with this one, with all of these reels. I love this background. This one again is from the She's Crafty mini paper pad class. This is using the I Am collection. I think this is the first I Am collection. I could be wrong, but I think that's where it was from. So this one here is scrapbooking our very spoiled kitten who's all cuddled in my daughter's bed, and I apparently need to glue down those letters. So make a note to do that. But this is what I created for that. And again, all of these have process videos, so I'm not going to go into any detail. I did a lot of fussy cutting. Actually, in like every page that I create, there's always some element of fussy cutting, but this I definitely fussy cut all these florals from one of the pattern papers in that I Am collection. Next one up, this was from a Sketch Inspired, I believe. Yes, this is a Sketch Inspired. Lots of stamping in the background to kind of create some interest and kind of like a little bit of texture in the background. Again, using my How to Kill a Kit with Style. I did use a piece of pattern paper, so yay me. I really like that. And I really like how this turned out. I was really glad to get a couple more words used out of this one thicker set that is just about killed. I think I looked at it and I can make like 2 more words, like the word like big and the word joy, I think, or like the only 2 words I think I can make out of the rest of these thickers, so we'll see. Other than that, this one is again out there. It has a process video. Went with the blues and greens for this one of my kids with Chip and Dale. So super fun. All of the fussy cut butterflies. Lots of print and cut files used this month. Next one up, this is Chillaxing, and this was for Janet, or Galaxy Girl on YouTube. She had her 1,000 subscriber hop in celebration of her 1,000 subscribers. So I went ahead and did a take on one of her layouts, and so this is my layout for that hop. So again, all using my How to Kill a Kit with Style. Lots of fun colors. I love this heart paper, so I was glad to actually get that used up. And then again, lots of layers. Got some stamping in a few spots. Popped this whole thing up on some dimensional adhesive so that it could give some lift to the page. So really fun one. Again, this one is the She's Crafty mini paper pad class. This was the one that I think just came out on the 21st. So this was just this past Sundays. I love my little sequin circles that I have here. It's a fun one. I use lots of themed embellishments, which I don't typically do, but use lots of themed. Everything I had, most of this was from, actually some of it was from my How to Kill a Kit with Style, because I had some actual ice cream elements in that kit, and then others came from my stash. The paper is from not the I Am, but the Simple Stories collection that was about cleaning. I can never remember the name, but that is what all the papers were from, so not from my How to Kill a Kit with Style. But again, just a fun layout documenting making Sundays. This one here is one of the new ones that just went up this past week as well. This was my first layout for the Redefine Creative Design team, and so I'm very excited about it. I love this page. It is using all of my How to Kill a Kit with Style and all of the fabulous florals that I print and cut from one of Maggie Holmes' printable collections, and I adore it. It is beautiful. I did some little bit of mixed media in the background with some stamping, and it is just fun. It's got the princesses from Disney, so what could be better? I have this super fun acrylic Mickey head. So again, process video is out there for this one, and I really love it, so be sure to go check that out. Next up, I have my Christmas. The 25th of every month, we do a Christmas hop where we scrapbook Christmas, and so this was the layout I put together for this month. It is documenting coffee and cookies from Starbucks, some of my favorite things at Christmas. I again used, these weren't specifically, some of this was from my How to Kill a Kit with Style, like these letters and these. I don't think anything else. The reels maybe, and some of the labels, I think. Other than that, I did have other printables that I pulled and basically cut apart for the other embellishments that I have on this page. So I did use printables, just not the ones that I showed specifically in my How to Kill a Kit with Style. But again, mixed media background, super fun. Love the colors. I love this teal color with red and pink. Such a fun color combination. One of my favorites, and so lots of fun layers and just building up a whole bunch of embellishments to make these really fun clusters, which I did pop all of these up with some fun foam to give some lift, as well as the photos are all popped up so they're not flat to the page. And so if you want to see more on this one, be sure to check out that video. And then last but not least, I have this layout here, which is from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. We had a party, or is actually, when this video goes up, that party will still be happening. And so this is a layout I created for the challenge that, or one of the challenges that my partner and I, for this past scrap party, she and I came up with a challenge for everyone in the group, and we created a layout, and so this is the one that will go up in the group for our challenge, which was a quest challenge. And so this is what I put together. So there's no video for this one, but again, it's all using my How to Kill a Kit with Style. This was the piece of paper that I have been hoarding, and I said I really wanted to get it used, so I did pull it out and I did use it. All of the stickers, or all the stickers and the other titles, all of this came from bits and pieces from my How to Kill a Kit with Style. Lots of printables that, again, I layered them all up, popped them up on some dimensional adhesive, fussy cut the florals, which I apparently really need to glue those better. That's not good. They're getting all moved around on me. So yeah. Apparently I need to go back and glue some of my embellishments down a bit better, but nonetheless, that actually should move over. This whole piece moved, people. That's going to drive me crazy. Let's just fix it. So this technically was over here, because that you could see my best day ever. And then I made Mickey heads out of some enamels. These all came from my kit. Again, fussy cut florals, more printable fussy cut pieces to make up these embellishment clusters. I cut this from an ephemera piece from Maggie Holmes, and I just wanted the word happy, not the whole piece. This was from one of the ephemera pieces. I have some chipboard from Pink Fresh. I did some stamping with some clouds. This was the stamp that I put in my How to Kill a Kit with Style, so I did pull that out and use it. And apart from that, I pulled out a doily. All the pattern papers were from the How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. So yeah, love how this one turned out. It's very light and airy, and it is documenting. So I'll tell you a little bit about this one. It is for a challenge, and so part of the challenge was to scrapbook a quest that you've gone on, whether it's, buying the perfect dress, finding your soulmate, baking the perfect cookie, whatever quest that you want to interpret that to be. And so for me, I decided that I was going to document. We go to Disney quite a bit. If you've watched my channel at all, you would know that I scrapbook a lot of Disney. So this last trip that we went in January, and I have always said that I wanted to stop at Norway and get one of the school bread that you can buy in their bakery. We always talk about it, but we have never done it. If you can believe it, I've been to Disney a million times, and I've never stopped to do it because we typically go to Epcot and we'll go around the world, but we'll have the intention, our intention generally is that at the end, we usually start at Mexico and go all the way around. So by the time we hit England, we've usually planned ahead and booked a dinner at Rose and Crown. So that's our typical route that we go around Epcot, at least the World Showcase. And so typically, because we are going to eat dinner when we go, finally make it all the way around, we don't ever stop and actually get anything to eat in a lot of the pavilions. And so this time we did not plan to have dinner at Rose and Crown, especially with the COVID thing and getting reservations and all that sort of stuff. I don't even know if the actual dining room is even open. I can't remember if it was actually open when we were there. So needless to say, we said, okay, this is going to be the trip. So it was our mission to finally stop and have one. And I don't know if I would say it's the best thing ever, but would I have it again? Absolutely. It's really quite good, and the little white chocolate Olaf on top, he's super adorable. So cute. So yeah, we accomplished our mission. Quest was successful. We finally got to have one of the school bread, and so yeah, had to document that we finally accomplished our mission. So of course that is what I titled it as well. So with that, these are the layouts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that is 13 layouts that I completed. Not all, again, with my How to Kill a Kit with Style, but a good portion of them. So now I am going to quickly, and I'm not going to go through everything that I have put in the kit. I'm just going to go really quickly through sort of the majority of what I have left. So let me pull that. Okay. So from Pattern Papers. Now keep in mind, and you can go back at the beginning of the month and watch the video, I had a lot in this kit. So it's not like this kit was small. So these are all the scraps that I have left over, and some 6x6 that I had thrown in there. I didn't use these ones in particular, but these are all the other scraps from the papers that I had used in the kit. And so these are all sort of scraps. These were 12x12s, and I used them at some point throughout the month. So a good little dent of, or a little pile of scraps, I guess you could say. Now, full 12x12s, I do have a pretty good stack, but again, I had a lot, and as you saw, I used a lot of white cardstock, not so much pattern paper. So here is what I have left. So, I know, you're thinking, oh my goodness, did you make anything? That's what I thought too when I looked at this. I was like, ooh, I'm not sure I actually killed this kit. I definitely would not call this killed. It's like, I'm not even sure I'd call it dented, but I had fun with it. Like I said, I get bored easy, so I tend to give myself lots of choices, which means that my kits end up being a little larger than I'm possibly ever going to use in a month, and in turn, I end up with a lot left over, as you can see. But again, none of it's going to go to waste. It's all going to go back into my stash, and I'm sure you will see it in another How to Kill a Kit with Style kit coming up one of these months. I do have a plan for this coming month because I have a lot going on, so you'll see that in the video on March 1st, but these are the papers and the scraps. So, you know, not awesome, but again, big kit. Now, printables, I have all of these pieces left over. So I did a pretty good job of killing. I had quite a few pages of printables. So, like, we're not talking about like 1 or 2 pages. I had quite a few full pages of printables. So I know it still looks like there's a lot here, and well, technically there is, but I did, I think, use a pretty good amount of the printables that I did have in here. So like these Polaroid ones, I used a lot. Like I think this is the only one left from this page, or maybe this one. So I have a couple left. Some film reels, some labels that I didn't use. So again, these were all printables. And then you can see that I used quite a bit of this 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And all of these, I used all those tags, or those tickets. These, I used a few of the tabs. I used a couple of the hearts, not a lot off that one. I did use these letters from Alley Scraps on a couple of layouts. And then these, some of this I think I added that may not have been in the original video. I did pull in these word strips, and I'm not sure I showed all of the colors that I ended up pulling as the month went on, but I did use a few of these. I didn't use any of these in that color. I used a couple of the yellow. Didn't use any of this blue. And that blue. I didn't use any of those ones. I have the peach. I did use quite a few of these. These are the Nicole Jones printable letters, so I have those ones. I used quite a bit of those. Did not use this color pink from Alley Scraps. I did use both of these colors, as well as the gray once. I used this once, I think, for just a couple of words, and I used the pink once or twice for a couple of words as well. So the printables, I didn't do too bad for this being a whole kit based off of these printables. I think I did pretty good. Lots still left to use, and I think I will bring in or pull some of these printables into my kit for next month. Not everything, but a few. So, and like I said, you'll see that one coming up. Now, last but not least, I want to bring my kit in here. So, letter stickers. I have such a hard time using these. It's really bad. I'm getting like a super shadow from my box. Alright, these ones here, I think I used 1 word. So not really, let's be honest. Not really. These ones, I definitely use these happy thickers. Those are going to carry over into my next one. I think these will too. I'm still going to try to get some more out of this. I used this hip kit, but again, with letter stickers, they last forever. So I knew I wasn't going to finish any of these. I did use a couple of these. Oh, and I will mention, because I couldn't show it in the video today, but I have 2 other layouts happening that will happen on Sunday. This is going to go up Saturday. So I have 2 other layouts that are going to go up tomorrow, and both of those use a few elements that were from my How to Kill a Kit with Style. So those I will show you in March. This sticker sheet, I did use a few stickers. Some I think I had used already, but I got a couple used up. I did not use this at all, like at all. And then I don't think I used this at all either. Apart from that, these, I think I used maybe 1 or 2 of those stickers. I did use quite a few of the She's Magic stickers. I think I used a couple of stars from this one. I used 1 or 2 of the words from this Grace sticker set. I did use these. You saw those on a couple of layouts. That's the Sweet Pea. I did use these stickers from Amy Tan in a few pages. This one here, I don't think I used this sticker set at all. I did use this Joyful Day. I did not use this one. I have a super hard time using these multicolored letters, but I did use it on one layout. I don't think I used any of these. And then this was the thicker set, which is the Treasure, that I said I still could probably do like 2 or 3 more words out of this, but it's pretty well done. This one here, I did use these puffy letter stickers from Citrus Twist, and then I have these ones from Daily Flash, which I did not use, but I did use those. Next up I have these from Pink Fresh, and I used quite a few because I think there was only like 2 that were out of this whole package. I did not use any of these puffy stickers from Pink Fresh. I used 3 of the bows from Sweet Pea. This, I don't think I used any of that chipboard. Used a few of the words. This was full when I started, so I used a few of the words of that. I used, I think, 1 of the stickers, but that was it from that. None of this got used, so this was a really big kit, and yeah, I didn't use a ton. Man, I even like made huge embellishment clusters on my pages, and I still didn't even dent half the stuff. It's crazy. I used a few of these, so a couple of these made it to some pages. I have some doilies left over. I used some of those puffy hearts. I used 1 of these. Did not use any of these. Used a few of these. Still have this hanging around. I think I might have used a couple, like 2. Did use some butterflies. Sweet Story. I used quite a bit. I cut that happy apart. I used the ice cream. A few pieces definitely got used out of here. As you can tell, it's not quite nearly as full as it was. I used a few pieces from this, but again, tons are left. These 2 that I had from Bloom Street, I did use a few pieces for in my layers, not a ton. It ended up that most of this I didn't feel like went with the pages that I was creating, so didn't use it. This one, I didn't use those puffies at all. Used a few of these, quite a few actually. Of the hearts especially. I think I used the polka dots once, but definitely the hearts. I did use a couple of words off of this, and I used a couple of tags from this. This was a little bag of embellishments. I used quite a few pieces out of this, actually a lot of the wood veneer. And then this here was the Chamel puffy stickers, and I only have 2 left, so I'm pretty proud of that. This I'm definitely carrying through to my next kit, because I think there's some purple that I might be able to use those last 2 up. I did not use this. I do have the frames still that I didn't use as well, and then I have those, and I don't think I used any of those either. Apart from that, I have just these things that seem to last forever anyway, which are the enamels. I have those little bubbles. I call them kind of bubbles. They're kind of like enamel dots. And then I have these ones, the gold. I don't think those were in my original kit. I think I added them after. These ones here, almost gone. I did use quite a few of those. I used all of the blue gems that were in this one. I used some of these wood veneer arrows. Those are the frames that went in that other package here, so I still have those. Did not use, or I guess I used a couple of these. And then sequins seem to last forever even though I used them. And that is it. So yeah, let's be real. I created 13 pages, but this kit was so large there was no chance I was killing it. So it'll go back in my stash now, and be on the lookout for March 1st when I will share my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit for March, and that one will be much smaller than this one because I don't have a whole lot of days that I will be using it because I already have plans for some other things. So be on the lookout for that video, and with that, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.